All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. Today's topic is getting involved early. I'm Monty Summers with Dealer Advantage Group. Again, thanks for joining. I know everyone's busy, so got a lot of information to go over today with you guys. So let's get started and hop right into it. A few housekeeping things that I wanted to go over to start with. I'm sorry. And is we will have a hard stop at 10:45. You guys are busy, and so am I. Also, please turn your mics off, which will eliminate any feedback noise we have. If you'd like to comment or ask a question, please use that chat feature down below. I do record all these. If you'd like a copy afterwards, email me, and I will send you a copy over so you can rewatch it or pick anything back up that maybe you missed. We want everyone to complete a post survey at the conclusion today. I do have a QR code at the end. You can take your phone and scan it to complete the 2 to 3 minute real quick survey. And by doing that, I mean, I really appreciate it, because providing this free training, all I ask in return is that you complete the survey with good, bad, and ugly feedback. And again, you're not going to hurt my feelings. It's okay. We use this to improve our training for ourselves. So again, thank you ahead of time for doing that. Who is DAG? Well, DAG stands for Dealer Advantage Group. It's a trusted name in the automotive industry since 2017. It is a team of dedicated trainers. We are passionate about what we do. We take our roles very seriously in shaping the industry. As a car enthusiast and industry insiders, we bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to our training sessions. And one thing I can guarantee you is we're going to only promote legal, ethical, and profitable advising methods. So today, you won't hear me see or feel anything that feels weird or awkward. You won't learn any shell games or the smoke and mirrors here. Just true stuff that you can use and feel good about it. The knowledge you gain from our training sessions is not just theoretically. You can apply what you learn immediately, empowering you to make a positive impact in your work. And at the end of the day, you can rest assured and easy knowing that you've done things the right way, which is the DAG way. Why? Because you did it the right way. Again, the DAG way. Exciting news is we got an new office opening in November. It will open. It's an office training facility in the Motor District on the north side of Indianapolis, in Westfield. We will hold in-person training there. By the way, the schedule is on our website, so you can sign up there. These will be fun with lots of laughs, high-level, impactful information, and techniques that will immediately impact your PRU. Also, hey, if you're ever in town, you're from out of town, and you stop in and come to Indy for a Colts game, Pacer game, or the 500 race, want to stop by our office and check it out, just email me, and I'll meet you up there. I mean, I'd love to meet you in person and show you around. I think you really like what you see. We've just got a real fun place out there. The next thing is, who am I? Well, again, as I started earlier, I'm Monty Summers. I'm the Vice President of Training and Development. I've been in the business for over 25 years. What that means is I've been in roughly 500 dealerships throughout the U.S., both franchises and independents. And what I've had the luxury of doing is removing the things that I see don't work and discarding those, but adding the things that I see do work. And again, nobody knows everything. We're learning on an everyday basis. So just our wealth of visiting those dealerships and gaining different ideas and techniques is what's made Dealer Advantage so successful. A little bit more about me. I've been married for 27 years and have 3 children. My middle child is actually an F&I manager here at a local Metro dealership. He evidently got into it because that's all I talk about at home, at dinner, and so forth. So I guess I rubbed off on him. My contact information is there on the bottom left. Feel free, call, text, anytime, email me if you prefer. I'm here to help you guys. I want to help you succeed. So please allow me. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to start with desking managers, sales managers, anyone desking deals. The information we will go over will change how you're looked upon as the leader and increase your income potential. So do me a favor, put your phones down and listen up. This is important. I'll walk you through the typical or traditional way of desking deals. Then I will show you the better way. And then the only way, the DAG way. Let's start with the traditional way. So you pencil the deal, you send the salesperson on their way. Then they come back after no time. It's like, their ass just hit the chair and boop, back up, headed back to you now. And they tell you the customer wants this or that or whatever. They're working the customer, but who are they really working? You. That's precisely what they're doing. They're working you. Now, you're not really paying attention and don't realize it. You're just trying to load their lips. Hey, go say this and say that. Some of the stuff you're telling them, they don't even understand if they had to explain it in further detail. While you're sitting behind the sales tower with your ass glued to your chair. This might actually have been a conversation that happened. You sales manager, you say, hey, chair, I'll be right back. This won't take long. Why? Well, it's because your commitment to your chair is greater than your commitment to your salespeople and your team. Sorry, not sorry. It's really kind of sad. So maybe, just maybe, you actually went out to help save the deal because you happened to notice that the customer was getting ready to leave. Oh, and by the way, don't yell or get upset at the salesperson when the customer has left already because you, yes, you, aren't paying attention to a customer on the sales floor. That's very unfair to the salesperson. So let's go back to when the customer hasn't left and you actually went out and saved the deal. The customer sat back down, you apologize, whatever it is. Guess how you saved the deal? What did you do to save that deal? Well, by cutting the price or putting more in the trade. Both still cost the dealership more money. So wait, you gave the customer unrealistic expectations of 84 months at 3%. Now the store's at 0 or a negative front end gross. And F&I is boxed in, having to climb back up to get to the base payment. Let's look at this. The salesman, they just got a mini commission deal. Oh, and how are they excited? They are so excited about that. You made the dealership no money and F&I no money. You say, hey, wait a minute. We sold a car. Did you really sell the car? Did you really sell the car? Or did you give everything away to deliver a vehicle? I want you to know that my 10-year-old neighbor across the street could do that. Anyone can give money away. That's not managing anything. Now, after the delivery, you think and are telling everyone that the salesman is as weak as circus lemonade when it's you and your ways that cause the problem. That's traditional desking. Now, there is a better way compared to traditional desking. This better way compared to the traditional way, you at least have a pre-designed point somewhat earlier within the negotiation process that you've committed to, or maybe you're required to go out and talk to the customer. For example, on the third pencil, the one that's on the back of the worksheet, either you committed or it's a dealer mandate. At that point, you go out on that third pencil because we know there's not going to be a fourth. So on that third pencil, you go out and try to salvage a deal. And this is, again, before they are pretty much decided to leave. They're frustrated. So I guess that's a better way. Maybe you didn't lose all the gross, but it's still probably very minimal. So it's better. It's better. But then there's the DAG way. The proven way for optimal results. By the way, we have several stores doing this. The change in success and volume and growth is unbelievable. It's awesome. So if you don't think you have the time for this, or don't believe you have the manpower or woman power, man, isn't the whole point of a car dealership to sell cars? If this is going to help you sell a car with profit, if this helps you prevent ridiculous negotiations, customers are going to boss the salesperson around just because of the inequity of the relationship. So if you don't think you have the time, shame on you. Find the time. You just have to. This way, the DAG way, you go out. Yes, you go out. And the salesperson can sit right next to you. And I would probably suggest that. You go out and present the first pencil. Who better than you? Let that sink in for a second. Who better than you? Can you find 5 minutes during the first pencil? Sit down and properly explain the figures with full disclosure and no smoke and mirrors. Do you have 5 minutes to sell a car? Do you have 5 minutes to maximize the gross? I think the answer is yes. When you commit to that, you're on an equal level footing with the customer. You're equal. The customer will not try and boss you around. You're the manager. You also don't have the issue of a poor quality presentation by an experienced salesperson, or, God forbid, what if it's a newbie? Oh my, do you really want to rely on them for the first pencil? You're the best. You have the job. There's a reason you're the leader. The word sales and the word manager are in your title. Go out there and you present the first pencil. Watch what happens to your volume. Watch what happens to your gross. I will bet you any amount of money they increase. Guys and gals, start this at the beginning of the week or month, say October 1st. Do it for 30 days. Truly commit to it. The results will blow your mind. Then take your 30-day production compared to the previous months. I will guarantee, and I say guarantee, that you have sold more cars, your conversion and closing ratios are higher, and your front and back end grosses are significantly higher. That's the DAG way. Here's how to do it. Once you're ready to present the numbers to the customer, do this. Go over and say to the customer, did Julie, I'm referring to Julie as the salesperson, was she able to find the most expensive car on the lot with all the options you don't want? They'll look at you like you lost your mind. And what this is known as is a pattern interrupt. And to completely understand the philosophy behind that, you must understand the why behind it. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time today left in this training to do the deep dive that's needed into that. However, it is going to be covered in my 2-day training workshop on November 20th and 21st. We have links on our website for registration. This event is not a lecture. It is a workshop. So be prepared to participate. I guarantee we're going to have a lot of laughs and have fun. I hope to see you there. So back to this. Once they say, what? Reply, just kidding. In all seriousness, before I go over these figures, I want you to know I'm thrilled you're here. We appreciate it. We value you as a customer. And what's excellent about XYZ Motors is that we put our best foot forward. I want you to know, folks, we don't do ridiculous things like add thousands of dollars to our cars just so we can pretend to negotiate them off. No one likes that experience. We won't let $100 or maybe even $200 get in the way of a car deal. So I just want you to know we don't have that markup in our inventory like others do. Now, with that being said, I'm excited to show you the figures. So let's go through these now. What this does is by telling the customer this, you take the pressure off because the customer is going to have anxiety. If that wasn't said, the customer is going to expect that they have to negotiate. That's what they've read. That's what they've been told. That's what they hear online. Now, they've been told it doesn't work that way at XYZ Motors. So this should lower the customer's anxiety, but it also sets the expectation. We'll figure it out, Mr. Customer. If you want 100 or maybe 200 off, we'll figure it out. It's okay. But that's it. Okay, guys and gals, I don't want to hear excuses. That is not possible. I don't have the time. I don't have the staffing, blah, blah, blah. You're finding reasons not to do this. Stop it. Change is hard. But you know what is more brutal? Making no money. You got this. You can do it. Now, F&I managers, it's your turn. Pay attention, Put the phone down. Candy Crush can wait. F&I traditional involvement. The traditional way an F&I manager works. You never leave your office. You sit there in the office like a king. You don't have time for your customer, and you certainly don't have time for your salesperson. When the deal comes in, you in your office, it's not absolutely perfect, is it? I get that. I did finance. But you don't throw it out in the hallway. Again, you know you're the king. You're the best. Just ask. Yet you never really participate. Hey guys, gals, F&I is a team sport. You never participate in the deal. You never have any positive dialogue with your salespeople. You never go to meet the customer. You sit there. You never get out of your chair. You wait for the customer to come in. How do you get them in? You page them to come to the business office for delivery. Then afterwards you complain about the salespeople to the manager. And then you complain about the manager to the salespeople. Look, you're getting what you're getting because you're doing what you're doing. That's the traditional way. Now, for finance, the better way compared to the traditional is the better. Let's talk about a better way. You are involved earlier in the sales process. The deal is closed. You immediately go out and sit down with the customer. Don't do an interview. We don't believe in a pre-delivery interview. It's more of a pre-delivery introduction. Talk about how great the story is, how you have great relationship with the lenders because of the length of time you've been there or the store's been there. And in many cases, that enables you to make your quoted term even better, or the rate better, or the opportunity for financing better. Why? Well, I can make them compete for the business. So if I'm successful, Mr. Customer, I can provide you with better options. Let me go to work on it, okay? So after the typical time frame that it takes to work on it, you bring the customer into your office. After you get things organized and ready, you've already set the table and they know who you are. They know your name. They know they have your business card. You've already verified their information and done the pre-delivery introduction. So there are no mistakes when they come into the office. Oh, but wait just a second. As you start to go over the state and federal forms, you realize you don't have a copy of the customer's driver's license. No biggie. Ask the customer for their license and make a copy. Easy peasy. But unfortunately, a lot of finance managers want to yell for the salesperson to come in here. I need copies of these driver's license when there's a damn copier right behind your shoulder here. And you act disgusted in front of the customer with the salesperson. You just do it. Remember, they are human beings. We all know you have never had to have someone come back and re-sign paperwork because you made a mistake or missed something. Right, King? Yeah, right. It's a pretty good experience overall with the better way. Your numbers are up, your employee relationships are going to improve, and your CSI is going to go up. So it's better than the traditional. That is there a better way? Yeah, there is. Again, the DAG why. This is how everyone on the team wins. Everyone. Now, we will take the best way or the better way and add to it. When nothing's going on, you're not working a deal, you're not delivering a car. Instead of just sitting in your office, come out of the office and do the introduction. You should be at the sales desk. You say, why should I be at the sales desk? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because you're an expert with the banks. Help them pencil the deal. There are so many factors in working a deal related to F&I. You got credit, you got terms, you got rates, finding the most significant allowable back end amounts, payments, actually getting an approval, PTI, advance. I can go on and on. You guys know this. Look, in most cases, the true objection is what? Payment. It always boils down to payment. What drives the payment? Credit and interest rate. So you go out and you talk to the customer. This is before they agree to buy the car. Remember, F and I is a team sport. Aren't you a member of the team? You're out there talking with the customer. You're helping them close the deal because you're talking about things that, frankly, you're best at. You're talking about credit. You're talking about financing. You're talking about payments. Make them feel great. You know, if they got a little tarnished credit, hey, it's okay. I deal with this all the time, whatever it is, but make them feel great. Assure them that you're a subject matter expert. Tell them that because you are. Tell them. Now, give me a few minutes and let me see if I can make it even better than the numbers you're presenting to them. I'll get to you as soon as I know something. Shouldn't be more than 10 to 15 minutes. Fair enough? Then you go to work. You go to work your butt off with the banks and make it better. The DAG way is just simply the only way. You're at the tower. Not if, but when payment, credit terms, rates come up. So when those begin to be a factor, you answer the questions. You help close the deal. Who better to talk to them about payments and credit than the finance manager? If it would be equivalent to the finance manager not knowing the features on, say, stock number E12345. Well, of course they don't, because they are not in charge of selling the car. Well, guess what? The salesperson is not in charge of payments, credit, sending in credit applications, and being a lender expert. So they don't know anything about that. Like they just literally don't. So why are you leaving it up to them? All they're going to do is bullshit their way through something that they have no idea about. And most of the time, the customer is going to see through that. And soon as they do, soon as the customer has a question about the credit, the terms, down payment requirements, the salesperson is going to hesitate because they just don't know. It's not their job. So guess what? The customer isn't going to say it, but they're going to lose trust and confidence. And they're going to find an excuse to get out of the situation. And they will search for someone else at another dealership who is an expert or takes the time to put the expert in front of the customer. Letting your salespeople talk about this is absolutely insane. Stop it. It makes no sense. It would be like on the service drive, a customer comes in and they need new brake pads on their vehicle. Should we call the salesperson and say, hey, come on back here and explain to your customer why they need new brake pads? Of course not. You see what I'm saying? Let the trained experts in each dealership sector do what they know best, not someone else. So, why are you in your office? Will you make a difference? Let's say you're at 2,000 a copy on the back end. By doing this, you sell 10 more cars monthly. That's $20,000 in F&I income. All right. Now I know I got your attention, finance managers. And say you're paid 15% of that. You just picked up $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. That's the WIFM. That's what's in it for you. That's a lot of money. Are you really, just for this simple change, going to leave $36,000 a year unclaimed on the table? You're welcome. Everyone, these are the facts. It's time to be the leaders you are. And if you're not quite there yet, then change what you're doing. And in no time, you will be. Thank you again today for joining us. I hope you found the training valuable. Please note my contact information in the bottom corner or on the bottom. In the event you should have any questions, please reach out. Please also note the QR code I talked about earlier. Please take out your phones and scan, which immediately take you to our survey page. Again, I promise it's only going to take 2 to 3 minutes to complete. And your feedback is greatly appreciated. Again, good, bad, ugly. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's going to help make it better.